just that difference of how sporadic it was, how spontaneous the death was. Morrie knew he was dying. JFK did not know he was going to die. So that is just that's the difference between those two. Alright, on to the next point. Morrie referred to himself as a bridge, a person who is in between life and death, which makes him useful to others and is a tool to understand both life and death. Talk about other literary, historical, political, or religious figures who have also served this purpose. Oh, again, we have our boy Jesus Christ coming into the picture. He was a bridge because, first off, he did die and then rise again, so that was a big thing, but he knew he was going to die, so he was a useful tool spreading his message. And again, I'm not saying Morrie is anything, is Jesus or in any way related to Jesus Christ. I'm just saying as a comparison of what they both did. Morrie also used his bridge between life and death to help others and to send a positive message, same as Jesus did. Let's see. Another historical figure. Let's see. This is actually a good one. I'd like to... Another historical figure. So you could say Steve Jobs in more recent history. He was dying of cancer, and he used a lot of what he did to, like, with his inventions and his whole company to really better our society and better, not really better people in general, but he did it for the greater good, I'd say, with his inventions and everything he created. So I think with Jesus and Steve Jobs, they would be pretty good examples, I believe, to compare to Morrie as a person between life and death. And Jesus they were all useful because of their proverbs and all the advice they gave, but Steve Jobs, in a different hand, is useful because of what he gave us as a technology. This is recording this on my iPhone, so there's Steve Jobs' handiwork right on being used right now, so that's pretty good. The next point being brought up is a quote from Morrie himself saying, "If you found meaning in your life, you don't want to go back. You want to go forward." Is this true in your experience? Well, I think at this point in my life, I don't know if I could fully answer this question 100%, but to this point, I'd say yes, if you've found meaning in something. Well, no, actually, I'm going to change my mind on that, because I've found meaning in a lot of things. They're very mundane, like in climbing. That helps me a lot out, and helps me out a lot in my life, and it's very centering and calming, and it's just a lot of fun to do. It's my hobby, so I think I wouldn't want to move forward past that. I want to stay and keep that in my life. I think that I just don't think it's a true it's true. It's not true for my life. Personally, I don't think it would be true for many people's lives, because it's just, once you find meaning in something and you find that you really genuinely love something, you will want to keep it around, and you will always want to go back. You won't want to move beyond that. Like, even if it's not physically moving beyond it, like finding something else beyond climbing, but say the death of a loved one, you found the meaning of their life in yours, so you always want to keep that inside you. You never want to move beyond that and just say, oh, well, yeah, I remember them. Now, I remember the great they caused in my life. Now we could forget about them. So that's how I'm taking the question, is more of, in literal terms, if somebody is passed on and whose cause great meaning in your life, you always want to remember them and not move beyond, not forget about them and all the good they've caused in your life. So, in my life and my experiences so far, no, this is not a true statement to me. And I believe Morrie was judging, and he was a little cruel when he said, quote unquote, if you want the experience of having complete responsibility for another human being and to learn how to love and bond in the deepest way, then you should have children. I really don't agree with that, because even if you don't have, say you're unable to reproduce or something like that, and you still have a wife or something, it's not just about having children. I think it's about having somebody you love significantly in your life. So I wouldn't say he was judging. I just think that his statement is incorrect. Like, I don't think he's judging, saying that if you don't have kids, then you're not showing how to love or bond in the deepest way. I don't think that's correct at all, because there are a lot of people in life who don't have children, who are married and who are in love with something and someone, and they can bond in the deepest way with it. I think that, and at my point in life now, I don't have kids, obviously, but I think I have bonded very deeply, and I love very deeply climbing, because it's just something that, like, I do it every day, so it's become basically an extension of me. Like, that is my working out, that is kind of like my life out of school, besides homework and, like, church is just climbing. That's all I do. So I think he was incorrect with this. That's just from my experience with climbing and stuff like that. But in the bigger picture, somebody could love anything. You could bond in the deepest way with a pet. You can love a pet like your child. So no, it doesn't have to just be about children. It could be about anything. So, all in all, I thought it was a great book. It gave me a lot of insight on life, something I really wish I could have met Morrie. That really would have I think that personally would have been such an eye-opening experience. I didn't know anything about him before I read this book, and, I would consider him like an actual hero for what he did. He really helped a lot of people out through his suffering. That's a very heroic task that he did. So, yeah, all in all, it was a great read. I took a lot from it. I took a lot from this project, and yeah, so thanks for listening, and a great day.